Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the Anatha token, why I think it's better than most projects out there, and I'm going to be going over some of the basic points for beginners. So some of the topics I'm going to be covering this video include advantages over other Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, how you can get Anatha tokens, what you can do with your tokens, and some future plans for the Anatha system. So it's no secret that Anatha rewards users better than the current proof-of-work mining system. Bitcoin rewards miners with BTC coins to keep an accurate ledger, right? And banks reward middlemen with fees to keep accurate ledger for the bank. So I'm going to go over a quick example. Fiat Frank. He goes and swipes his credit card at the point-of-sale terminal at his favorite store. And that represents your fiat, right? So what's essentially happening is he's sending a transaction to a server farm. And the server farm gets a cut of the payment and fees, and it pays it out to a middleman who runs those server farms, right? Generally hired out by the banks. Contracted through the banks. And so essentially they are keeping accurate ledgers for the bank itself, which keeps the system honest and keeps the ledgers accurate. Okay, in our next example, we're going to talk about cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Bob, he goes and spends his cryptocurrency at the nearest store, his favorite store, right? What's happening is instead of the servers and middlemen keeping accurate ledgers, the miners are keeping an accurate ledger. And that can be either an individual person like you or me, or it could be a big company. So inadvertently, the hardware companies end up getting paid, get a piece of it, and the power companies get a piece of it because, hey, it costs electricity to run a mining machine. So what's happening there is it's keeping an accurate ledger for the blockchain instead of the banks, right, in our last example. So again, Bitcoin Bob doesn't make any money back. The hardware companies, the miners, and the electricity companies make the money. Some current mining problems with the Bitcoin system. Hardware companies capitalize on the hardware. So when Bitcoin price goes up, the hardware manufacturers hike their prices up as well. Right, the energy sectors, they profit as well from the transaction because the miners cost a lot of electricity to keep them up and running. There's the 51% rule, which if you haven't looked into that, I suggest you do your research on it. The miners and gets the profits over the users, so the users don't get any kickback for using their token. And it's going to collapse based on the implosion. That's inevitable for Bitcoin. And if you haven't done your research on that, I highly suggest you do so. All right, Anatha coin. So in this example, this is Andy Anatha. He's going to go spend his Anatha. He already has an option to save his Anatha. You can put it into a savings account. That's through the Anatha wallet. And by doing that, he's going to gain additional APY, and he'll increase his ROIs as well. If he wants to spend his Anatha, he has two options here. First, he can just spend the money outright using the Anatha wallet. Or he can go register for an HRA to be eligible for the reward system. We'll talk about that here in a second. So both of these actions will send a transaction to the nodes. So it's kind of like miners, but it's a little bit different. You need 500,000 Anatha to be eligible for a node, and you also have to have a mining computer. So this is different than the Bitcoin system because of this. So these validator nodes collect a fee and send it, in fact, to the Anatha treasury, which through a master contract pays the validator nodes back and also distributes some Anatha tokens to the HRA holders. So Handy Anatha is going to get some cash back, unlike the Bitcoin guys. And here's a breakdown of the chart, more complex. This is the master contract. So when you pay, your fees go into the contract, and the contract distributes down to these three places here. It's also worth noting that this is the inflation that happens. It's a 1% every year. That gets paid to the network validator reward pool. So, and that's how the Anatha nodes receive their payment. So now we're going to talk about how you can get your hands on some Anatha tokens. And again, this is for people that are still new to cryptocurrency. Maybe they don't know how to onboard fiat. So the first step is onboarding fiat. You can do that with a few different apps. Some of the ones that I'm highlighting here, I'll leave the links in the description below. Cash App, Uphold, Metamask, right? So once you do that, you'll have to convert whatever currency you've converted your fiat to into Ethereum. And you can do that through a whole host of exchanges. I'll leave a few in the description below for you. And the third step is to convert your Ethereum to wANATHA, which is wrapped Anatha. And you can do that through Uniswap. And after you have your Anatha tokens, you can go ahead and transfer the wrapped Anatha tokens to the Nexus wallet, where you'll be able to participate in the savings and register your own HRA to start receiving rewards daily. Right now, I'm getting paid out probably about $7 a day. It costs one Anatha token to register an HRA, and that's about 7 cents. So for 7 cents, I'm making about $7 a day. It might go up, it might go down. Obviously do your own research on it, but it's a great way for anybody that wants to be involved in this project to earn some passive income right away. And how to get the wallet, I'll leave the link in the description, but you go to Anatha.io and download for your system. All right. And our last piece is right over here. We're going to go zoom in. And this is their roadmap. So we got phase 0. I'm just going to go over some of the highlights here, some of the ones I find really exciting. We have the referral system. That's going to be huge. And then we're also going to have the block party, which is going to allow artists to submit their content or ideas and be able to take part in the block party initiative. Let's see here. There's a few more interesting ones. So there's going to also be a chat through your HRA. So you'll be able to participate in community. I'm thinking along the lines of Facebook. Facebook and all the other social media platforms are starting to be attacked pretty regularly. So the Anatha guys are going to be putting together, I think, something akin to like a Facebook down the line. But this project is, I mean, if you go over their roadmap, it's going to be, you'll see it's quite expansive. They're definitely looking to do a lot. It's like a sale dashboard, e-commerce. I mean, this is an all-in-one inclusive, program that's going to solve everybody's needs. It's going to give regenerative income to those people that don't have it. It's going to provide a platform for all those people that need it, for all various different things. So definitely check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.